With all this calcification in there and here, I got a cement trowel, which actually has that point, and it's easier for me to kind of get this stuff out of here. Just kind of pull it off into the bag. Down here. And that kind of goes around the corners real nicely. And it's pulling it loose pretty well. And then get that extra calcification off here. The other thing we'll do is pull off the rest of that caulking that's around the bottom here. Probably use our razor knife to break that loose. There we go. Because that bottom is going to have to be nice and level again when we put it down on our laminate floor. Now I'm going to move this back a little bit and then start working on my floor. I think what I'll do here is take my knife and cut around on the linoleum. I should be able to lift that up, you see? Yeah. And we'll make a nice clean edge that'll help us take off all this old caulking. I think we'll go back to the putty knife here to break that loose. There we go. There we go. And let me go over on this side now. Scribe my line. And we don't have to be too careful because we're going to be covering this old floor anyway. So cutting off excess right here is not going to be a major problem. Alright. You can see just by looking at that, see this dark color here and this dark color there, that means that the water was seeping, so that perhaps some of this gray area here was not due to the glue showing through, but actual water leak. But this was probably so slow that they didn't see it. Now we'll have to pop this goop loose from here. Let's do it this way. That works. And this way. Yeah. Good. Painters. This is a painter's putty knife. It's got some flex to it, but it's also pretty rigid. And it's real good for general work like this, where you have to give it a tap every now and again to help loosen things up. I'm just kind of collecting this and making sure that, there we are. No, I didn't cut her in the back area here. Let me cut back here. So that we get all this junk out of here, okay? Because this will not do well if we are trying to level the floor. Now I'll take the putty knife from this side now. It's got more room. See how that breaks off? And they know you're going to do it. That's why they put that little top on it there. Because they know you're going to hammer away on it. Alright. Now, I'm just going to put that trash here for now. And I'll start working on getting the rest of that old wax out of our way here. Open my bag up. I'm going to go around this way. One of the interesting things about being a handyman is that you run across all kind of different problems. created by the person that did the work. That's why when I do work, I try to do it correctly so that we don't give the next person that gets in here and works the problems that we get. There was definitely a water leak. You see all this discoloration here? Looking at that after cleaning the rest off, see how white the plastic is? It was underneath the wax, and you see how goopy this is here, for a better word. That means that there's water going through there. Now, we're going to remove the old bolts. Now you notice they're waxed in, all right, and that's good because that helps hold them in place. And what we're going to do is pull it over into the key area. See this key? Because the bottoms are built with this key on it so that when you put it in there and turn it, it's down in there, and that's holding underneath the plastic ring. And we just have to dispose of these. But when we put the new ones in, I'm leaving a little extra wax here because when we put the new bolts on, we'll want to wax them into place to kind of hold them. Now if you'll take a look back inside here again, you'll see all that calcification buildup from that leak. And I'm going to take the trowel. This can go right down in the sewer. There's no need even trying to save it. But we're going to just break that loose because what that does, it starts to build up, and then your toilets are going to back up, and then you're going to get a plumber bill to come in with a snake and clean that up. And this way we won't have to. Now remember that water I took out of the toilet when I did that? What I'm going to do is just pour it down there just to flush that, start flushing that calcium through. Let me go get my bucket. And this is directly into the drain. Yep. And this is exactly what happens when the toilet flushes. This is where everything goes. The waste goes right down here. The other thing we want to do, this is basically now an open sewer because we don't have a toilet and a trap over top of it. So while we're working, we want to make sure that there's no sewer gas coming up to us. And also, if you flush the other toilet, there's a chance not of it backing up, but of the fact of it just, you hear it run and things like that. So it's just better just to take a rag like this, and also it keeps things from falling into the hole, and put a rag over it like that.